After 1.5 years, we finally got it, y'all. Until Japan drops his long-awaited album, Trompe. I hope I said it right. But yeah, I know I'm 4 days late, but I really wanted to wait a couple of days before I gave my honest review on the album, because I don't really like giving a full-on review of an album that I just listened to. I don't know, y'all. That's just me. That's just me personally. But with all that being said, this might have been the best underground album, hands down, that I've listened to this year. I mean, I don't even think there's any competition, to be honest, compared to Until Japan. The underground scene this year has been looking a little ass lately. I can't even sit here and lie, bro. I mean, one of the hottest underground rappers, the hottest underground rapper right now is Not Vicious, unfortunately, and that says a lot. But you know, that's a topic for another video, bro. We're not even gonna speak on that too much this video. What I really want to get into is this album, Trompe. Now, I do have a lot to say about this album, of course. Now, this album has some of the most substance I think I've heard in an album, in an underground album, like ever. Now, Until Japan has always had substance in his music, and it's definitely his best strong suit. I mean, this whole album is definitely relatable. He did say a lot of real stuff in his album. He's just not talking, which is honestly a breath of fresh air, because we've been getting a lot of just brain rot in the underground for like as long as I can remember. It's probably one of the first albums in the underground that has had this much substance, to be honest, bro. Like, he's actually talking about something, and it's not like it's just one song here and there. It's literally every single song. Now, because of that, you definitely gotta be in a mood to listen to this album. This is not something I probably will bump on a day-to-day basis because of that, but it's not too bad to the point where you gotta be like on the verge of tears to listen to this. Like, it's still listenable. Now, there's one thing I definitely did notice about this album is that it is kind of repetitive. I ain't gonna sit here and lie, it is definitely kind of repetitive. You can argue that that's the theme of the album, but as far as the theme, the structure and format of the songs were all kind of the same. I'm not even gonna say all of the songs, but majority of them were kind of the same. He used a lot of samples on this album and then like kind of chopped it up, which is great because I'm low-key tired of niggas just putting a sample on the song and slapping a beat pattern on it and then just call it a day. The underground does it, the mainstream does it, nigga, everybody does it, and that, bro, it's just lazy to me. So I ain't gonna lie, I cut him some slack on the songs being formatically structured the same, which kind of make them all sound the same, because you could tell he put a lot of time in chopping up the samples and like mixing them, which some of those, bro, a lot of those beats was crazy. A lot of those beats was insane. So yes, the songs do sound similar, but it's not boring. In no way, shape, or form is it boring at all. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see all of the songs fully drop because I think 4 of the songs didn't get cleared. So he still dropped them on SoundCloud, like there's a director's cut and everything, but what's the name? Because he used a lot of samples, a lot of them didn't get cleared. And those were definitely some like fan favorites. Some of those songs I didn't get cleared were like fan favorites too. I think Old Vices, New Cities was one song that a lot of people was talking about. Now, I think my biggest problem with this album was that a lot of the production was a little overwhelming. Don't get me wrong, the production on this album was extremely good, but there were times where his voice would clash with the songs. I think there was a lot of distortion in some of the songs, and the 808s was motherfucking, they had some bass to it. I ain't gonna lie, they had some bass to it. So there were times where I couldn't really hear, or I had to like listen to hear Until Japan's voice. That was probably like my only problem with like the whole album. But you know, maybe I'm just nitpicking. It wasn't really to the point where the songs were unlistenable. It was just definitely a lot going on in a lot of those songs. Now, was this album worth the wait, and was this album better than his previous album, Safe Travels? Without a doubt, yes. Until Japan definitely has the potential to be the face of the underground. Probably already is if he plays his cards right. It's just great to see like actual talent being put to good work, because I don't think we've seen this shit in the underground in a long time, bro. I feel like nowadays there's always a gimmick with a new underground rapper coming up. There's always some type of gimmick. There's always something of just, you know, I always feel like I have to dumb myself down to listen to like a lot of these newer underground artists, and that is not the case with Until Japan. I'm definitely excited to see what he does in the future with his music and his sound, because nothing about him is reused. You can't really call him a clone of anybody else. Like, we've been seeing a lot of like clones in the underground. We've been seeing a lot of, like I said, gimmicks. So once again, it's probably one of the only guys we've seen in a while who actually has actual talent. I don't think there's any ceiling on him either. You know, you give it some time, he's gonna be mainstream. If not, he probably already is mainstream by now. He's at that point where he's almost mainstream. You give him some time, he's definitely gonna be mainstream soon. No debate. Now, he does play into that mysterious role. There was a point in time where niggas didn't even know what this nigga looked like. He definitely should be a lot bigger than he is right now. He's such an odd case because he's very private. You know, I question if he has a manager, to be honest, bro. Like, because of the way he moves. I mean, he probably does. I mean, he's an artist, of course, but the way he moves is so just different from others, and him being so big, it kind of just just like, it's a very weird case. But yeah, that's just my review on this album. Probably one of the best albums we've gotten this year. Definitely the best underground album we've gotten this year, hands down. I don't think there's any other guy competing so far. So yeah, hope y'all boys enjoyed this video, and I'm out. Peace.